Everyone. Uh, in the last few videos, I talked about SFT. SFT stands for Supervised Fine Tuning, and the data quality. Why the data quality is important, because data is like a knowledge into the brain, and the brain. When I'm talking about the brain, I'm talking about the model which we are using in in the demo, which is Llama 3 3-2 3b, where 3b is like a 3 billion parameters, and which is like a brain. So data is like a knowledge, and 3b, which is like a model, is like a brain size. So so far I was using SFT, and as I'm working on a robot for my kids. So currently the knowledge which transferred into the model or into my robot, which sounds like a textbook. Let me show you what I'm trying to tell you is like. So I have couple of models listed here. So if I have this pipeline, and I am using like previous model which I have created in the previous demos. The one of the demo I created this model using the SFT. So I'm going to use this model to run the pipeline and see how it works. Sorry, it's wait taking little longer. It's warming up the llama.
Hello. Say hi to wake me up.
Hi,
Yeah.
tell me about what is gravity.
Gravity is a fundamental force of nature that attracts two objects with mass towards each other, causing them to fall toward the center of the Earth or any other massive object. The strength of gravity depends on the masses of the objects and a distance between them, with more massive objects having stronger gravitational.
Okay, so guys, can you see the answer? The fact is correct. Gravity is a fundamental force, but as I'm working on the robot for the kids education, this fact is very difficult for them to understand. Now in the today's video we are going to solve this problem, like how we can make this fact as a kid friendly. So for that we are going to work on DPO is like a direct preference optimization, and we are going to fix this problem with using the DPO. So we can say SFT is a fact and the DPO is like a communication. So SFT plus DPO is like what to say and how to say. It's like a communication skills. So in this context, because this is like a kids education robot, all the facts should be kids friendly so that they can easily understand. So let's start. This is like a DPO training. So first step, as it's very common, first step to install the libraries, where as you can see all these libraries are required for Onslaught DPO training. And I have already run this, so it's already completed, downloaded the next step is DPO sets. So I'll show you DPO, how the DPO sets are different from SFT data sets. So in the DPO sets, uh, this is like a DPO set where we are providing the prompt, like what is gravity. So it's like a gravity like invisible glue, keeping you earth when you jump you. So it's more like understanding kids friendly response, so that kids can easily understand that how the plant works. And another option is rejected. It's more like a human intervention, where we are suggesting what is good and what is not good for the kids. In this context, for the kids, when we talk about the SFT data set, where we have like a key value pair, what is the prompt, what is the instruction, and what is the response. So this is the main difference between the DPO data set and SFT data set. So coming back to this, so here I am loading this dataset from my drive, which I have connected with my Colab. So if you see here, I have DPO dataset and the SFT dataset. So if I say uh, dataset for DPO, it says like how big is our solar system. It says like for the kids, our solar system is huge, like mind blowing, chosen, and this is rejected because it's very complicated to understand for the kids. The next step, so this is completed. The next step is to load the base model, which is like llama 3.23 billion instruct, and we have loaded here using the QLoRa to put into our GPUs. And once that is completed, the next step is to data validation. We are using pandas to validate the data, as we discussed in the last demo, why the data validation is important, so that it should not have the wrong fact, it should not be hallucinated, it should not have insufficient data, it should not be imbalanced data, it should not have you know incorrect answers. So those are the validation we are checking here, and then we started doing the training. And here, so in case of SFT training, we were using SFO trainers, and in case of DPO training, we are using DPO trainer. Again, kind of same concept. Here also we are using epoch, because I have 120 records. So as I discussed in the last video, we have two major problems: overfitting and the underfitting. If we are going to have the epoch only set to once, so epoch is like repetition or the training number of training on the data set. So if I set it to 1, it may miss some of the information, so it will be underfitting. If I set 3, so it will start memorizing the data, that is the overfitting. So I just took a sweet spot, which is 2 here, and then I started the training. It's completed all the 120 records with emojis, and this is the chosen, reject, chosen, reward, and rejected. It started with the training loss in 0.67 395, and finished at 0.04, which is good. Total training complete final loss is 0.2. Just to be noticed, as we discussed in the last demo, if the record is less than 0.3, it could be an overfitting, that the model is not taking the patterns but memorizing it. So this could be one of the could be a possibility here, so we have to keep an eye that it should not go under 0.3. So that's another thing. So here is a quick test. After data is trained with the DPO patterns, if I say what is gravity, it says like, okay, for the gravity, it says like, let's talk about gravity. Gravity is like a bigger. Just to let you know, here we are not expecting that whatever the answer we are providing or the fact we are providing in our data set, it will only give you that. That means I have given in my DPO set the gravity is like an invisible glue, but if you see here, the answer is gravity is like a big invisible. Basically, model is trying to understand the pattern, that okay, we have to provide the answer in the kit format, like emojis, and it should be simple and something like kid friendly. So it's taking those like patterns and providing the answers. Okay, and the next step, as usual, we have to convert this model into gguf f format, because it's an open source model, and then push it to Hugging Face. So here, that's what we are doing. We are converting into gguf format. This is my model, and here I have uploaded into Azure Robot v4 DPO 120, and with this name into to the Hugging Face. So if I show you here, this is my Hugging Face, and here I have uploaded this model. Now let's go to my llama, my pi. So here I already pull uh, this model. Here it is, and this is the command to pull. Let me repeat: llama pull hf.com .co slash, you can provide the name like the complete this thing, llama pull. Yeah, so this will pull the latest module. So as we showed, with the previous models, this is giving the information, but it's very textbook and very robotic. But because our context is kid friendly, so our model should give the response in a kids uh, kids way. So the most important thing is like us prompt engineering. So we have to make the model, okay, this is for the kids. So I have created the model file where I'm setting up a system prompt that it this is for the kids education robots, always explain simply with fun analogies, use emojis in engaging language. And I'm using the model which we have uh, using the DPO. So this is what we are going to create the model. So this is I have created a local model from this model file, and now we are going to use this in our voice pipeline. So let me update that. Why now? Run this voice pipeline. Take some time to warm up.
Hello. Say hi to wake me up.
Hi.
That
What is gravity?
globe showing America's gravity is like a magic string that pulls everything towards each other, even you and your favorite teddy bear. Bare face is what keeps you on the ground and what makes things fall down instead of up grinning face with smiling eyes.
Okay, so as you can see, the answer which we got now, it's very kid friendly because it's using the words like teddy bear, magic string, so that kids can easily understand that, compared to the previous response from the from the model that I can show you again here. So oh llama list. So if I say oh llama run the previous model, which is this one, if I ask what is gravity, it's a natural phenomena, mass, energy, which will be very difficult for the kids to understand, like what is mass, what is subatomic particles. So this is difficult for the kids. Now let me use the model which we have created right now using this one. And if I ask what is gravity, so now if you can see here, we are using, oh boy, you are ready to blast, gravity is super strong hug from the earth. So this is very kid friendly. So this is how, so let me summarize this. So DPO and SFT both are important. How these work together, that is something we will discuss in the next demo. But SFT is like a knowledge, and DPO is like a communication skill. So both is like what to say and how to say. That is the whole pipeline. So in the next video we will see how they work together, and we will see the score and the comparison and our comparison data. Thank you so much.